Hello guys, my name is Clermont. so, okay, so today we are going to start building the base. So, but first I have to make like some progress. So, as you can see, I finally got two of these dogs. I don't know what type of dog is this. Finally got it. I found it in that swamp. Also, I have been growing these sweet berries. I also I didn't record, I just was bored. So I mined a little bit of here, so I mined this part. So as you guys see, the storage system that I will eventually build. So it will be like here. So you can see this is one part of the module. And this is like for unstackable items, so for books, weapons, armors. So this will sort everything. There is their minecarts, super minecarts, books, potions, blah blah. I also this other part is where the stackable module is that I have to mine like really down a lot. But I have been mining all of this. I have also been thinking like maybe adding autocrafters and what's the name? Autocrafters and bulk storage, because for the moment there is no bulk storage. And that one problem I had in my skyblock is that I got a lot of blackstone and stone and cobblestone and I didn't have where to put it. So maybe like bulk storage for stuff that I will get a lot. I also okay, the honey farm has been working fine. Okay, the honey farm, it is already producing. Okay, it didn't produce. It is so slow, like since I always use like the honey bottles, so I expected it would give a lot, but it's 60 times slower than I expect. So normally I would have like 4 bottles, so each block is 4 bottles, and that, and also basically this would be a stack of bottles, 16 bottles of honey, since they stack only to 16. So imagine all of this but only 4. So 4, so I would expect like something like this, like very full, but yeah. For me it looks so slow. I also made the items non-stackable. So I added no, it's stylable, but it doesn't have overflow protection. So as you guys, if you guys know how these filters work, like they work by redstone level. So when it reaches 45 items, this gives a redstone signal of 3. So this unlocks the redstone torch. But when you add more items, sorry, if you add more items here, like let's say if I have this, so I will need 41 blocks of honey for this to start going into the chest. But I added all these items. This basically means that if there is a moment where there is a lot of honey blocks here, then it will affect the other filters. So let's say I get like 40, well, let's say I get a stack. So if I get a stack, then it will affect, as you can see, the other filters. So that's why it isn't a good idea to do this. But since it is so slow, really slow, then it really isn't an issue. Like, and it will have to fill all of this, so this will never happen. So I broke this. 7. So you guys can do this, but you have to be aware of what happens if a lot of items happen. But if the farm is slow, then it doesn't need to have only those items. Okay, So I worked this. What else? Oh yeah, I have AFK'd a little bit on the gold farm. I have been getting a lot of gold. I have a lot of gold right now. I should make the village, no, the piggling part, because I already have like look. Oh, those gold blocks, and more and more and more and more and more. I have so many here because I used like got like these ones, uh, and I all put them here. So it isn't as if this part has produced all of this. It's like adding all of the other chests, and this is working perfectly. Like, and it isn't completely spawn proof. I'm surprised that it works so well. Like, so that's the progress, but it's already like it gets non-stop pinging. So maybe I don't need spawn proof. Like, look at this. It's so quick. And they keep spawning and spawning, so maybe it's not necessary to spawn proof all those parts, but it's diminishing our efficiency by a little. Okay, what's more, I also AFK'd at the I AFK'd at the what's the name? At the general mob farm. I have been getting a lot of iron, so since I use the auto crafter, so the chunk loader. But since I have the chunk loader, then it's running like non-stop as long as the world is open. In servers, it is better because in servers are open like 24/7, or in general, then the farm works like 24/7. But since it's a single player world, I think in the future I may consider like paying a server so that it works 24/7. It also can help me because sometimes I'm from Latin America, so sometimes the electricity runs out. So yeah, I have been AFK here by a long time. So now we have, I think everything full, like bones. Yeah, bones from powder. Oh, this is, oh yeah, the redstone from witches. So I have a lot of rockets, but it was also including the what's the name, the sugarcane that I had from my farm. I got there from there and put it there. So that's all the progress, I think. So I also cleaned the area that I'm going to build. So you guys saw that I had a lot of copper. Now I removed all the copper there. I have a lot of stone. So it has been working. Like, it's very, I usually don't like to mine or do manual work. So I usually will make like a build up. So that means that there's, so I never get the stone, and so I have to make a farm for stone or a farm for dirt. But all these chests are full with a lot of materials from all the mining that I have done. You can see. So I have to extend this. Have more chests. Oh, I added I put sugarcane in this so that I can farm. So maybe I can farm sugarcane if I need. Sugarcane. This is called vines, right? It's vines. Okay. So I also removed all the trees that I had. The trees and the acacia trees. So I think I'm going to start building. I will make like time lapse first, and then I will be back. I hope you guys like the build. Dude, that's this guy is loving my build. So let's remove the light level. That's another thing that I haven't done in my videos. Like sometimes I leave it because it doesn't bother me personally, but for YouTube it's not a good idea to leave the main HUD, the mini HUD rendering. Okay, so this part, this has like another type of roof. But as you can see, so these are all the details. So we have this that will go to the basement. Then we have this that will have plants, scaffolding and bamboos, etc. This will have plants as well. This will have more decoration as well. So here will be a warped vine. This is like the garage. This is a door, but I haven't decorated. This is called the garage door. So there is one door here that is like almost closed, and this one will be open. What else? This is a balcony. This will have a chair here. I didn't. Oh, I'm using like I think a stair. Oh. Haha, I just killed a mosquito. Okay, these balconies will have plants as well. There will be a tree here, like a custom tree that will go down. I have a water wheel here. This part is a water wheel. So this will be like a custom river that I will make. So this is like the barrier of the river so that it doesn't flood. So that's why it's so mossy here, because there's a river, so this wall will have some moss as well. So these arches, yeah, I like the arches, they don't bother me as much. Maybe I will texture this with diorite and parts. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, here we'll have some couches as well. I think there are like 3 couches. I have like jukebox here, and I will have my records here, so maybe I will play the records there. There will be some chests here. That's why there was some barrels, but I didn't place them right now. I also have like an air conditioning here that I didn't put, and more plants here, more plants here. But it's almost like this is like this site is complete. But there are also more stuff that will go from here. There's a chimney here, like a really cool chimney. I like doing weird chimneys at least. There will be like a tree, like a tree here as well. What else? I also have more chimneys, like there's a chimney here. There is a windmill. I made a windmill like here, but it's facing this direction so it doesn't look. There's also a roof that will go here, which is like diagonal, which I haven't done, but because I wanted to make at least this. So I decided to make like this view because my base, or the current base that I am on, it's like this direction. So look. So when I fly here, I want to see it like this. So this path will go into more. The cemetery will start like here. There will be like the gate of the cemetery that I want to experiment. I want to make it like cooler. I don't know if I will be able to do it. Maybe I will just make like a stone gate, and then we will have tombs all over the place. This is a roof like this roof, but here, which I haven't done. What else? What else that I remember? But yeah, this is really cool. Like here is another entrance. I didn't know what to do here. Like at first I designed this part. So I designed this garage. I designed this. I made the windmill. At first I wanted to make like a very pointy, like let's say the how do I say it? Like this roof that goes from here, it was like diagonal until it got here. So it could look like diagonal, but I changed that. I didn't like it. Or at least I felt it's too big to work. Because I made one, see, in here. Oh, I forgot I had a replay file. Let's hope it saves. Okay, so this is another base. This is the base of the word that I told you guys that the server owner never gave me the word. But I didn't build this. Like the base that I had didn't have all this. I added all this because I was planning like what to do in case I continued the base, but the server ended, and he never gave us the word download. So as you can see in this build, I made like this blacksmith because this is a castle. This is a prison, like a castle that like so it's the idea is that like, this was a castle that was like made like I don't know like 4,000 years ago, and then like the more modern society took it and they started changing it. So the prison is down, but this part is mostly kept intact from the historical value. So the idea is that it had like stuff that would work for castles. So we have this is like the blacksmith. So I wanted like a blacksmith because the castle needs a place to get weapons and stuff. So I made this blacksmith. So you have like here the netherite armor cooking with the lava. Then we have like the wood needed for to turn on the furnaces. And you have the materials, so gold, iron. So it looked pretty cool, and I wanted to make like one roof like this. So this extends, but since this is a small scale build, then it works better here, and it works in my base. This was like a such an experiment. You can see we have this chimney. Looks cool, at least. These details I made them because Vito Bolo is such a great inspiration. And also, the real build from the survival world did use the deep slate diamond ore. So I basically went to Hermitcraft season 7 and stole Doc's tunnel bore. So I built that tunnel bore and I got all the deep slate diamond ore. I also have a lot of versions of the same build. So yeah, I basically tried to make that shape, but in that big scale. Yeah, I tried to make this shape, but it didn't work at that scale. It's it's this build. I like this build. Maybe I can build this in my survival world. That will make like some of the stuff I built here won't go to waste because I also made like like a statue of a god. Can bring that lore here like this. This is God Maha. So I basically made a lore in this world that a fisherman, well, not a fisherman, like a guy bought like a terrain near a river, and then like a witch started attacking him, and then that witch turned him into a drowned. So that is Maha, the goddess of the drowned. So it's like the idea is that her head is like reversed, like the point is like these are the eyes, like these are the eyes, and this is the mouth. So her head is upside down. I made like one design. I already planned like for the church. Like this will be the goddess of the chapel. Oh, at first I was going to make the cathedral, but I changed it to a chapel. Now the cemetery will have a chapel. So yeah, So this didn't work. This plan didn't work. So I ended up doing like the one that I showed in the video. And the inspiration, like I already said. So, like I said, this was the inspiration that I had. So I don't know. Do you guys think it looks similar? I think it looks very different, but yeah. So I use this as inspiration. I really like this design. Like it's very interesting. You guys are so yeah. This was the this was the inspiration. So I made some changes. Like I wanted to keep like the overall shape. Like this part very similar. This part changed because I had to. A roof. I tried to make this kind of roof, but it worked better that way I made it. Chimneys. I added some chimneys later. Not here in this part. I really changed it a little, like made a balcony. But yeah, I ended up liking my design. Okay, yeah, that will be all. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked the build. Bye.